In the heart of feudal Japan, a tapestry of lush landscapes and ancient traditions, a relentless feud raged between two samurai clans, the Kurigane and the Akatsuki. The Kurigane were renowned for their unyielding loyalty and indomitable spirit, their names synonymous with honor and valor. The Akatsuki, however, had carved their legacy through fierce determination and masterful swordsmanship, their reputation as formidable warriors echoing through generations. For centuries, the feud between these clans had been etched in blood and fire, battles won and lost, honor and pride clashing like thunder on the battlefield. Yet, destiny often weaves unexpected threads in the fabric of time, and in the midst of this conflict, two individuals found themselves bound by a shared yearning for something beyond the ceaseless cycle of violence. Kaido, a stalwart samurai of the Kurigane, had grown up steeped in the tales of his forefathers' triumphs. His heart beat with unwavering loyalty to his clan, his veins coursing with the legacy of past victories. The stories of Kurigane bravery had shaped his identity, and he was determined to honor that heritage at any cost. On the opposite side of this divide stood Aiko, a fierce and cunning warrior of the Akatsuki. Despite her skill with the blade, a growing weariness had taken root within her soul. The relentless cycle of vengeance and bloodshed had begun to chafe at her spirit, and she yearned for a purpose that transcended the blind pursuit of victory. One fateful morning, as dawn's gentle light pierced through the dense bamboo forest, fate orchestrated a meeting between Kaido and Aiko. Their eyes locked across the clearing, the weight of their clan's history simmering in the air between them. The anger and bitterness that had fueled their feud seemed to flicker momentarily, overshadowed by an unspoken understanding. With a voice that carried the echoes of centuries of conflict, Kaido's words pierced the silence. "Prepare to meet your end, Aiko of the Akatsuki." Aiko's response was not one of defiance, but of melancholic reflection. "Is there no path beyond this cycle of hatred, Kaido? Must we continue to tread the well-worn path of our ancestors?" Kaido's grip on his sword faltered. Aiko's question cut through his resolve like a blade, the first chink in the armor of his unwavering loyalty. He had never dared to question the path he had chosen, the path laid out by those who came before him. With a calm that belied the turmoil within, Aiko took a step forward, her sword lowered. "The rivers of our past have flowed with blood for far too long. Can we not pause, if only for a moment, and question the course we blindly follow?" Kaido's sword followed suit, its blade now reflecting the dappled sunlight filtering through the bamboo leaves. The tension that had hung in the air began to dissipate, like the morning mist slowly giving way to the warmth of the day. As the sun cast intricate patterns of light and shadow, Kaido and Aiko found themselves seated beneath a towering tree, the battle-hardened earth transformed into a sanctuary for reflection. They spoke of their dreams and fears, their regrets and hopes, and the toll that their clan's feud had exacted not only on their families but on their very souls. Through their words, a shared truth emerged. Both warriors had grown weary of the ceaseless conflict, their spirits burdened by the weight of tradition and the emptiness of victory achieved through bloodshed. Aiko spoke of her longing for a different kind of honor, one that transcended the battlefield, while Kaido found himself haunted by the question of whether unswerving loyalty was, in fact, a virtue or a shackle. Their conversation flowed like a river, weaving together their stories, their pain, and their aspirations. In each other's vulnerability, they found an unexpected bond, a shared conviction that perhaps the answer lay not in the blind pursuit of victory, but in forging a new path altogether. When the sun dipped low in the sky, casting long shadows over the clearing, Kaido and Aiko rose from their spot beneath the tree. Their swords remained untouched, the air heavy with the weight of unspoken decisions. Together, they returned to their respective clans, hearts brimming with a newfound purpose. Their proposal, to forge an alliance between the Kurigane and the Akatsuki, was met with skepticism and resistance. After all, generations of hatred could not be undone by mere words. Yet, the depth of Kaido and Aiko's conviction was a force that could not be easily dismissed. Slowly, like the changing of seasons, the people of their clans began to see the merit in their vision. An alliance, they realized, was not just a pragmatic move on the battlefield, but a testament to the possibility of change, of breaking free from the chains of history. The path to unity was not without its challenges. Distrust and old wounds festered beneath the surface, threatening to tear apart the fragile alliance before it could fully take root. But Kaido and Aiko, who had once been sworn enemies, now stood as beacons of hope, bridging the chasm that had divided their clans for centuries. When the day of reckoning arrived, and a formidable warlord threatened to plunge the land into chaos, the Kurogane and the Akatsuki found themselves side by side, swords drawn not against each other, but against a common foe. The battle that ensued was fierce, a symphony of clashing steel and resolute shouts. As the dust settled and the echoes of battle faded, Kaido and Aiko stood amidst the aftermath, their clans united in victory. The warlord's ambitions had been thwarted, his forces scattered like ashes in the wind. Yet, the true victory lay not in the defeat of an enemy, but in the forging of an alliance that had defied the currents of history. In the clearing where their feud had once been symbolized by a duel of honor, Kaido and Aiko stood together, their eyes gazing out at the world that lay beyond. The forest, once a witness to their enmity, now bore witness to their transformation, a testament to the power of unity and the resilience of the human spirit. And so, a duel of honor that had once been a battle for supremacy had evolved into a battle for change, for a future where the shadows of the past no longer held sway. Kaido and Aiko, warriors who had dared to question tradition, had become the architects of a new narrative, one that spoke not of blind loyalty or ruthless vengeance, but of unity, hope, and the enduring possibility of redemption.